Are we live? We're live.
Are we?
Yes. Right, Gordon, we're live. Where
No.
are we? Where are we, Gordon?
We're in Brodick.
Gordon the Gopher. Oh, and Dave the Rave, roving the rock.
The wee cow car park.
That's where I am.
The kind of well-known regular meeting place. The wee cow car
This
park.
is our most regular place, isn't it? This is where all the cool dudes go. When there used to be cool dudes. You know, when there was songs in the hit parade and things were cool.
And it gives you plenty of options, doesn't it? The wee cow car park gives you
It
plenty
does.
of options.
As far as running
Probably,
goes,
yeah, if running goes.
we've got a lot of
Loads
places
of
we can
options.
go. This is like the most central place. It's in between where you live in Sannox and where I live in Whiten Bay, right in the middle. So it's convenient. You can go to like the co-op and stuff like that if you come
Which I
through
have.
here, right? And also we can go all sorts of different directions from here. We can go to Corrigills. We can go up the trail
Castle, yeah.
to the top of Lamash Hill. We
Yeah.
can go round the Cranny trails in Glencloy. We can go
Glen Rosa,
Glen Rosa,
Merkland,
Merkland,
Yeah,
up Goat Fell
up Goat Fell if we wished.
to the castle, round the castle grounds. All sorts of places. There's a lot of. This is the most choices, isn't it? It's the best
Probably.
place. Although we've done it an awful lot of times, that's the only thing about that.
Yeah.
In fact, what I'll do, I'll just actually point the Bacodia phone where we are. And that is looking, we are looking at Goat Fell and Brodick Castle and Brodick Beach on a decent day, which is the same as every other day we've had lately. And that is dry and windless mostly, and really ideal for running, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've been lucky.
it's chilly though.
It's chilly, but
Yeah.
we're fine as soon as we start going.
Yep.
That's the thing. In fact, I'll shut the window if I can work out how to do that.
So they can upgrade that play park. Did you read about it?
No, I haven't read about it.
Oh.
Do you know I've been on holiday for a week? I haven't even. I worked it out this morning. I haven't put the telly on the entire week I've been on holiday. Isn't that incredible? It hasn't been on. Somebody was asking, do you know what's going on in the news and stuff like that? No, the telly hasn't been on at all. It hasn't even been plugged in. And likewise with that, I didn't even know about the play park. So what's happened with the play park then?
Oh, they're going to get. Was it a pirate ship and all that kind
Right.
of stuff? Yeah. Yeah, it's all going to be revamped, which is good.
It's got, what, 4 swings, a slide,
And bent and some those wobbly things. that you
rock,
sit on.
rocking horse
Rockers,
things.
Yeah. So
And that's
it's
about it,
really
isn't
good.
it? It looks still quite new though, doesn't it? Going to get it a lot better, eh?
Aye.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, good for the kids.
That's good, because I remember they did away with
Holiday
quite a few
makers.
swings around the island when they did away with the toilets and stuff, stopped paying for the toilets, the council, and a lot of the swings and things, they said they weren't going to maintain them. It was cuts, weren't there? So this is the opposite of that. That's good. That is good. Just when I was saying it's been dry for like a week, we're
It's
getting
gonna
that odd
spit.
wee spot of rain there, this
Right.
spot of. It's not going to amount to anything, no.
Nah.
We said that. We said that when we went to Corrie, which we don't know how to say, Corrie Fin Locken.
Corey Finn Locken.
And then we
Corrie
got
Fin
there,
Locken.
it was dry, and then it actually started raining as soon as we just
Yeah.
parked the car.
But then it dried up. And
But then it dried up, and it was
alright.
actually for us fine, and it's been dry the whole time, really, isn't it? The ground's dry. It's going to be. I'm wondering if I should wear trail shoes today or road shoes, even though it's trail, because I'm thinking the conditions will be dry. Unless you're.
I
Here's
would
the-
wear trail
well,
shoes.
that's the
but that's
point.
my
I don't know where we're going.
yes.
So where are we going? Because you've got a plan, a cunning plan.
Well, I've got a
Baldrick.
cunning plan. There's 2 options. I was thinking either
Yes,
up the Fairy Glen.
from
And-
O'Cranny.
Well, no, up from the back of the Brodick.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
that's right.
up-
From
up-
Glenartney
up there,
Hotel,
and then round and then down Glencloy.
up
That's the
Glenartney
kinda- the
to the
short-
top of Lamash Hill.
The shortest route, or do go along up Strathwillen onto the path there, the Coastal Way path, and then up to Dunfin, and then right along back to the top of the hill and down Glencloy. That's the kind of longer version.
I'm happy to do the longer version. The only thing is, you did mention wanting to go on some path that we've not been on before.
Well, that
Which
is
always
just,
worries me
that is just,
somewhat,
well,
because quite often we get bog fests.
it looks like it's a well constructed path from what I can see. So it's just at the top of Glencloy as you kind of come out of the forestry. So I just thought on the way down there, I can just check it out. It looks like it's been fully made, so it shouldn't be bad. But until I get up and see it,
Right.
it might. Yeah, I just thought when I was up there the other day at work that I could see it, and I just thought, well, didn't know anything about that. So I don't know what the path is, whether
No.
it's going to be, because we're talking about instead of you going across the field,
Yeah.
making a public path so it goes round it,
Oh, right.
because the landowner would prefer
Oh,
it that way, I think.
Yeah, there's a
'cause
lot of
the
people go
horses
for that,
and-
yeah.
So I've got a feeling I'm hoping it's that, and they've made a path, but until I get up to see it, I won't know.
Okay.
So I
That
thought-
doesn't sound bad though. So I think it's
No.
road shoes. I'm going to chance road shoes
Okay.
because these are known trails that we're
Even
on.
going round Strathwillen.
That's
going
fine.
up
It's blown
the-
dry.
up to Dunfin
I've been
and-
up there. There's been no rain lately,
Okay.
Gordon. So I'm thinking it's the only reason I'd wear trail shoes really is if it was going to be difficult underfoot, and it's not going to be.
Okay.
It's just everything's blown dry.
As long as
Yeah.
you don't start moaning at me
I'm not gonna
if
start
you're
mo-
finding any muddy bits and you
No.
start pussyfooting through going about, oh, my
Oh,
road
oh,
shoes, wish I had my
ow,
trail
ow,
shoes on.
Oh, ow, that hurts. That hurts,
So,
Gordon.
you
It
know,
hurts.
as long as I don't get grief.
Oh. It was your cunning plan, Baldrick,
I know,
not
but,
mine.
but, you know, I would wear trail shoes. I
Well, I've
think
got.
99.9999% of people would wear trail shoes for a run
I
like
usually
that.
I wear road shoes usually on the forest road shoes because I just like the cushioning. But I
Right.
have ordered new trail shoes.
Oh, you've not got
Yes,
them yet?
no, I
Oh, I
ordered
thought
them
you'd
last
got
night.
them.
They're not as fast as that, and they're Merrills, so I'm looking forward to
Merrills.
getting. Yeah.
Merrills.
Oh, is that what you've got?
Yeah, I got these from Arran Active,
Oh.
just because I couldn't really, had to quickly get a pair at the last
Right,
minute.
okay.
So I just got them from there, and
Good.
they've actually been quite good.
They've got a good reputation. I looked it up before I bought them.
I had a pair before that, and they were absolutely awful. They
Really?
kind of
Oh.
really light, too light for me, and
Oh.
they fell apart within
Hmm.
a few months. So I was a bit, but I tried it. I thought, oh, they look a bit more robust, and they've,
Right.
they've been. So.
Okay, well, anyway, okay, I'll chance it. But it'll be fine. Don't worry about
You're
that.
a
That's the
chance,
kind of trail that I like.
Definitely a chance, that's for sure.
Right, okay, next
Right.
thing. Did you see the Aurora Borealis?
No, everyone else did but me.
I didn't either.
All right,
But you had to be on the north end of the island, I think. You had to be on the west coast or the north coast.
Well, I am at the north coast and I still didn't see it.
Well, the thing is, you're on, but you're looking up and slightly to the west, whereas you are on the east coast, near the north, but actually obscured.
Right.
Because you've got to see round Sannox. You've really got to be at Lochranza. Or Machrie. I've seen somebody had pictures of from Machrie.
Right, well, that explains it. Somebody told me I had to look out to the end of Sannox Beach and I'd see it, but obviously that's the wrong direction.
You need to be looking towards Lochranza, that's for
No,
sure, because you're looking
that's-
towards the North Pole.
Well, that'll be why then, but if I look towards Cannes, I've just get hills.
Well, I've learned a little bit about it, 'cause that's true. So you need to get around the hills. And that's the
Right.
reason I didn't see it Mighton Bay. Although I did speak to somebody, Stephen Pyatt, who'd said that somebody had gone up the hill behind Whiting Bay and got a good photo of it because they could see over all the way to Goatfell and stuff like that. So it was like not obscured. So they were so far away, the mountains, they still got a good view.
Right.
So maybe I could have seen it if I'd run up Giant's Graves that day or something like that. Maybe I could have done that.
At night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean at night, yeah, 9 or 10 in the evening, which I did
Yeah.
last night. I
Well,
was up there when it was dark.
Yeah.
But I
Have your head
didn't.
torch on. You're up there, yeah.
Well, it turns out the best time to see Aurora Borealis is March and April or in the autumn. So not actually February, and we're into March now, so there still will be other chances if we want to see it. So, and I've got a web page I found called Aurora Watch,
Right.
and it shows you the likelihood of an aurora being seen in on that day or at any time, and it also shows you a forecast for how likely it is in the days coming up.
Sorry to interrupt, Dave. See the top of Meldon? There's a diggers up there. See them?
What's up there?
Diggers.
Oh yeah,
See
right at the
them?
very top of the
What are
hill.
they doing?
Good grief, you've got
Making
good
a
eyesight, haven't
Making
you?
a new path.
I hadn't noticed that. It's like two JCBs right on the very, very top of the hill at Maldon.
You'll be
Let's
lucky
go and have a
to
look.
see
I'm going to
that.
have lucky to see that.
If you have a big zoom lens.
Well, I don't. I've got it's a little waterproof camera, so
Yeah.
I'm going to have a look up there.
Not easy to get there with diggers, so that's impressive.
No, I'm not going to get it. I can't see close enough.
I'll need to, that's something else I need to go check out.
Well, if a digger can get up there, we can get up there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
Well,
be going there
is a
today.
There is a kind of wee pathy, but yeah,
Huh.
that's interesting. So that's something else for the
Yeah.
check that out.
That is interesting. I didn't know that. We can definitely get to the top of that hill then. Be a good view from there.
Up there.
Okay, I went to mainland on Sunday.
Wow.
It's like it's the
You're
first
back,
time of
or-
this year, and it's the last first time since
Wow.
like last, I don't know, months and months, because you know the difficulties. Whether I just worry I'm not going to get back, and but I went primarily. I just went for shopping because I've said it before. I appreciate the co-op and having it because no other supermarket looks after us or any of the islands. It's just the co-op, so we're lucky. But it is expensive, which it has to be because it's over here. So. But Aldi's is like and so cheap compared, and so is B&M and stuff like that. So I went over there, and I bought a lot of shopping, and it's that ironic thing. I remember watching this cartoon strip when I was young called The Gambles. Can you go back that far?
Yes, I remember that one.
They were in the Express
Yeah.
for like 20 years or something like that.
Gambles, yeah.
The Gambles. And the wee guy was sitting there, and he was like, it was like traditional, and she was away, and she'd been shopping, and she came back. And she had hundreds of bags with her, she was laden down these bags. And he says, she says, he says, look at all these bags. She says, yeah, look how much, I've saved us a fortune today. I've saved a fortune. And he looks at her disdainfully and he says, show me the money. Show me the money you saved. Because of course, that's the kind of expression, you've got to spend to save, haven't you? And that's what I was doing when I was in the mainland. So I can see both points of view in that one. You've got to spend to save. So I was spending in Aldi's and B&M to save. So I spent several £100, but I probably saved several £100, to be honest. And it's half the price over there.
Right.
You know.
700 on...
No, several hundred, not seven. Several
No,
hundred.
right, on just like...
Just
like
long
mainly
life stuff, yeah.
groceries.
Yeah, like 20 bars of
Oh,
chocolate or
that's-
whatever.
I bet
That kind
that
of
was interesting and enjoyable.
It wasn't very enjoyable, but it is practical. Practical.
On the subject,
Hmm.
which I don't know if I brought up last week, but did I mention about Beangate?
Beangate?
As in baked beans,
I think so.
right? Remember, well, the co-op, right?
Right.
I was looking for beans,
Yeah.
and the one I usually get
Yeah.
is 45p.
Oh yeah, that's
and
the everyday beans, wasn't
that's
it?
the simple, the honest value baked beans.
They're good
right?
beans, those. I've had
So
them.
they didn't have them.
Mhm.
So the co-op beans, normal ones, were about, I don't know, 60, 80p or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, Heinz beans,
Yeah.
£1.70.
£1.70. I remember £1.70 for a tin of beans.
And you
One
know
tin.
how much, which somebody got me on the way in the mainland.
No.
They got me a couple of tins of beans from Lidl,
Little.
27p.
Well, I think it was 22 pence in Aldi's,
Was it? Wow.
but it was definitely
So
20 something.
Heinz, £1.70.
Yep.
Aldi's, 22p.
I bought a bunch of
The
tins of
same
beans in
tin-
Aldi's.
Size tin of beans.
If it was 27, you paid too much.
Yeah, but that was Lidl.
I'm kidding. It might have been $27. I have it
Anyway.
in my head that it was 22, but I
So-
don't remember exactly.
I call it Beangate.
Beangate.
Nothing to do with your friend, but you know.
No, you went into co-op. Where's Gordon? He's been and gone, and he didn't buy anything.
And he didn't get any beans.
No, he's has been. Has beans. No, he is a has. He's a has been. Hasn't got beans.
Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up, considering how you're talking about how
So,
much you save.
well, that's
so
it.
27p for a tin of beans.
So you can buy like
which
8 tins of beans.
obviously is not a bit
Branded.
over half of what the cheapest bean in the co-op is.
Yeah,
45.
yeah, that's right.
So,
That shows you how much you're saving.
because that's 54p, isn't it? If you double it. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's about, I don't know, not quite, but
50p for
shows
6
you.
bags of crisps.
tin of beans.
50p in Aldi's.
So for £1.70, you
Mm-hmm.
could get roughly how many tins of these for Heinz beans?
8. At least 7, maybe 8.
5 or 6.
What is-
Yeah, probably about 6. Yeah, 6 or 6
Yeah,
or 7.
I'm
I'm
going
not going to
7.
start doing it exact,
No.
but yeah, just
At
so
least
how
7.
can you justify getting about 6 tins
No.
of beans
But that's how I
for the
justify
price
going
of
to
one
Aldi's.
tin of Heinz?
I've got Aldi's beans. I can have as many beans as I like on my toast. And the other thing I would add, when I went to mainland, and I know that people preach about this, so I don't propose to do that, but I have been trying to eat more fruit and veg for
You
quite
have
a long time.
been trying to eat more fruit
Bean.
and
I have
veg.
beans. I have beans trying to eat more. And I came away from doing the shopping without consciously thinking about it Do you know I didn't buy a single thing that was meat or dairy apart from cheese?
Cheese.
That's the only thing left in my diet that isn't, well, is it vegan or vegetarian? I don't even have oat milk. I don't have milk anymore. I've gone completely to oat milk. So,
Right.
and that was actually kind of strange at the beginning, but now I prefer it. And so you get used to it. So, like I say, I've voted for all the political parties there are. I change my mind as life goes on. I respect other people's opinions, and I like to learn from other people's opinions. Currently, my opinion is I want to eat fruit and veg as much as I can, and not meat and dairy. And then maybe that might change. And I respect other people's, but I am actually quite pleased because I didn't intend. I wasn't thinking about it. I just went for what I really kind of wanted, and I think my tastes have changed. And now it's just cheese is all I'm left with any animal products in it whatsoever in my diet. That's it. Cheese is going to be a bit harder than the rest.
To get to stop.
Yeah. I thought milk might have been difficult, but it wasn't. Actually, in the end, it was all right. It's just cheese.
See, I know you'll say oatmeal, but I like cereal, so I like. So,
It's good in cereal, oat milk.
Be hard, I know.
And I get it from the internet.
To stop.
Something that made it easy actually was what we're talking about with the co-op, because I can get oat milk from Amazon, and it's just over £1 a carton delivered, and it actually ends up being at least as cheap as anything I can get in the co-op. Far cheaper, but actually.
Talking of beans.
Beans. Yes.
Who's this running?
Mike Mellor.
It looks like a bean style running.
I think you're right. I think that's Mike Mellor, Bean Sprout. It is. I'm going to have a look at the window. That is Mike Mellor, Beanie Beansprout, right? He's called Beanie Beansprout. That's what we call him. I'm not going to get a good focus from here. I'll try it there.
Oh, he's going along there.
He's going along there. Mike Mellor, who gets a bus pass this year, and who, when he turned 50, ran the Arran Ironman. Okay.
He stopped.
One of the most impressive things I've ever seen actually of anybody do of any description.
I think cycling around the island twice is the most impressive thing about it.
After having already swum to Holy Isle and back, cycled around the island, and then carried on and did it again, and then got straight off the bike and ran a marathon in Lamash. And he did all of that, and when I saw him, he only had 5 miles left to do in his marathon, one loop of Lamash to Cloughlan's and back. He stopped, he looked fresh as a daisy. And you've got to do it in 17 hours to be an Ironman. It doesn't matter what age you are or what sex you are, it's as simple as that. And he did it in 15 and a half, and that was reckoned to be the hardest Ironman anywhere at all. Yeah, I just thought that was amazing what Beanie did. Okay, other things I was going to talk about. Remember I said I was going to get an amp and I was going to play it to the nuns, so I was going to turn up my guitar, and there's a battery amp.
Play it to the nuns?
Yeah, I take my guitar to King's Cross sometimes and I sing Tom Jones songs at them with my guitar.
Who?
And the nuns in Holy Isle. Because they can't...
Oh, there's nuns? I thought it was monks.
Got a vow, no, nuns. In the lighthouses it's nuns, and they've got a vow of silence, right?
I didn't know that.
So they have to listen. And they can't even, like, what do you call it, cajole me or anything like that. They can't tell me to shut up.
Right.
They just have to listen. They're powerless. And so... And a still night, I've done it a few times. What back door's seen me?
Enough?
I don't think it's loud enough. But check this.
Alright, is a small amp.
Yes, but with big power.
Is it? Right.
So I've been playing that the last few nights in White Bay at the putting green. Although maybe it isn't.
So you don't do it in the summer then?
I'm going to. I've been playing the guitar outside for a few years. I used to walk up and down with Sally and play it when I was walking, and I'm just keeping up that habit, but instead of walking I'm just sitting there. But I've got an amp now, so it'll be harder to ignore, and I'm going to take that to the nuns. It's a good wee amp, by the way. Pleased with that. I'm really enjoying it. I was actually thinking about bringing the guitar and just showing you how loud it is. It's actually good. Yeah, good. Dag nabbitin. Right, another thing I bought yesterday, my lawnmower blew up.
Right. You're cutting your grass already?
Yeah, I had to. It was a bit longer. And so I thought, a long time I've wanted to have a hand push lawnmower, not electric or petrol, no wires.
More better for you, fitness.
Well, I am the battery, so in a way it's a battery powered mower, right? Me being the battery. So I've ordered a Webb 30 centimetre push mower.
Right.
And it's a clever one because it pushes the grass out over the top, and then you run over it again, in a way mulching the grass, so you don't have to pick it up and it feeds the grass. It mulches the grass.
Right.
Makes it a bit harder to push, that's the only thing. But I hopefully will be up to it. think it should be.
Well, I've had a wee electrics lasted me for years.
I got a 10 out of this one.
Oh, I've got a lot more than that.
It's just conked out. You know how it just
Yeah.
kind of stops.
Well, mine will probably do the same, but it's doing well.
Yeah, kind of seized up actually. It didn't
Alright.
even turn
Not
anymore.
looking after
Like,
it then.
try to move the blade.
Not
when-
looking after it then, Dave.
I wasn't looking after it, Gordon. I don't even know how actually, to be honest.
No.
I just press start.
Clean it.
Clean it.
Occasionally.
Okay, that's what I meant to do. That's what I meant to be doing. Well, hopefully I don't have to do that with new one because I wasn't doing it with the
Yeah.
old one, to be
Well,
honest.
you'll do it
Oh, no,
probably the
I was
first,
scooping
second
out the
time without
grass
it,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. I was doing that so it wasn't like rotting in the
Mulching
blade.
the grass, right.
I was cleaning it underneath, like from all the grass. But that's all I was doing. Okay. Anyway, there we go. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that coming. The last
Oh,
thing I was going to
grass
mention,
cutting.
did you know how we're putting electric cars in the ferries, right? And people can drive electric cars?
They're getting the power points on the ferry to plug your car
No,
in.
no. But you can't put electric cars in the mezzanine deck because they're too heavy.
Right.
So I think, well, that's a problem. No, that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem, which I've read in the news, a lot of ferry operators have banned electric cars now altogether because they are impossible to put the fires out in when they go up in flames. Batteries can't get put out without massive amounts of attention. And then there's other batteries next door to them. They're such a fire hazard. Quite a few ferry companies have banned them altogether. And now, I might have the wrong name here, but it's something like the International Maritime Agency or something like the big body is looking at whether they need to be banned from all ferries altogether. They're looking at that currently just now. So if they get banned, that is a big deal. Nothing to do with just Calmac or Arran or anything like that.
That's
That's
a big deal.
right across the board, every ferry. Because if we're all meant to be driving electric cars,
Aye.
there would be no cars coming to Arran. Literally.
Well, you'd be happy with that.
I would be
Dave.
happy with
You'd
that.
Be very happy with that.
It would be a big change though.
It would.
You need to have, I don't know, you'd have to have battery things on the island that just stay here, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know
Okay,
what would happen.
well,
Well, you
okay.
know that's not going to be, it's going to work
Okay,
out.
so watch the space then.
It is interesting because they genuinely are considering banning electric cars because they can't put the fires out. I think somebody said it was something like 30,000 gallons of water needed for each car that went up in flames. It was something horrible like
Well,
that.
you're in the sea.
Just drop them over. Something just put over the
Yeah,
side.
just push them over the
That's fine. Get another one and
Yeah,
and
push
salt
'em into the
coats.
sea, yeah.
Aldi sells them, they'll be nice and cheap. I'd be interested to see how that works out. That could be a big deal. Could be a game changer for electric cars, certainly. As far as islands go, what would we do? I do not know how we would get around that. So that's nothing to do with the local ferry service, it's just to do with being on any
Well,
island.
we'd have to have
Or even getting to France, even, to be
people have
honest.
to park the car there, come over here and rent one while they're here.
Yep.
And so you could
You'd have
rent
to have
electric
thousands of-
cars.
Hundreds
here.
of cars here just ready
Yeah,
for,
to renting.
or incredible public transport.
So how many people use the ferry a year? You should know. How many
In
cars are there?
2017, I saw the
Right.
figures for this. There were 4,000 people roughly living on Arran, right? Roughly speaking.
No, I mean,
There were
how
four.
many people use the cars go on the ferry in a year?
Well, I just know the number of people that came, not the
Alright.
cars.
All right, well that.
There was
yeah.
400,000 people came in
Right.
2017.
But they could be foot passengers.
100 to 1 for every local.
Right.
Some of them could be foot passengers. Heck of a lot of them have got cars, right enough. They like cars.
Anyway, it's going to be a few,
Big numbers.
It's going to be into the tens of hundreds of thousands of cars, isn't it? Tens of thousands.
At least tens of,
a year.
many tens of thousands.
So we need to have, like, the whole of Brodick would just need to be a big car rental, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Like,
I-
you just
I
have to have
can't think-
parked cars here, rental cars all the way.
I
Yeah.
cannot think how we can get around this anyway at all, unless. Well, I don't know. No,
Build a
there's
bridge.
there must be a fire hazard. Looking at it, it's a
Build
fire
bridge.
hazard. Build a bridge to every
And
island,
it certainly would
and
like
also
that.
to France and Ireland.
Yeah, everywhere, yeah. Just
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Just do away with boats.
yeah.
That's going to be actually quite bad for my employment prospects, that right enough. But having said that, I'm quite close to retiring, so maybe that's not a bad thing.
It
Right.
is.
Okay. Well, we get on with it. What did you say? Oh,
There's
there's
Beansy.
Beanie. There's the man I was talking about. Right. So before we go, let's go for a look. See if we can zoom in on Beanie Beansprout.
See, he's looking as fresh as a daisy.
He always looks as fresh as a daisy. And the thing is, his secret to his longevity as far as exercise goes, he
Yes.
mixes and matches it running and cycling and swimming. So he doesn't get injured. He never gets injured. because he doesn't just do one thing, you know. So that's what he does. Never gets injured. Okay, we'll get on with it.
Yep, there's a doggy.
There's a doggy. Okay, we'll go with that speed, same speed as a doggy. Okay, we're going, Gordon.
Right.
We're going, man.
Okay.
Solid go. I've just stopped here. Oh, it's flying away. There's a buzzard overhead. And it stopped. Just flying away. Never mind. Right, we're at the top of the hill. And we're out of breath. I am out of breath because I've been talking the most. Coming up that bit there.
You're surprised there?
Yeah, surprise. And so we're.
I can't talk and run like you.
No, I was talking. Uphill's better for me, downhill's better for him. And we're at the side of the main road at the parking bay. A great spot for motorhomes and camper vans and things to come. And I've got a little map in front of me of all the mountains and their heights on a big stone kind of plinth, a big plaque, a slate, is it slate plaque? And
Metal, isn't it?
metal, yeah, it's metal, isn't it? And how many peaks we've got there? 12 peaks, and Gopher right in the centre. And the sun is shining on the mountains. There's no snow whatsoever. We're in the second of March.
Yep.
And really the full range is in front of us here, isn't it? It looks amazing. Got a fair bit of cars going past because this is the busiest bit of the road between Brodick and Lash. And on the left, where we're going to be running in a minute, there's a little quarry with a blue JCB up there, just above us. And we're going to go along this little trail behind us, and then it will cut up onto that, and we'll go past that quarry and get another view from a different angle because the forestry is all getting cut down up there. And then I'll put the camera back on for a minute up there in the Kodia phone. But it's worth stopping just to take that in, isn't it? If I was going to stop in a motorhome or a camper van overnight, this is a great spot. Got bins and benches and just a perfect view. Flat surface.
Have your tea and a nice night.
1 mile from the ferry, maybe 2 miles up the hill. 2 miles. Yeah, something like that. Just up the hill, isn't it? It's 5 minutes from the ferry, and you're at this wonderful place. Arran's very, very kind to. And what's that stone? Oh, that's one of these art things, isn't it?
Yeah, they were placed around those points.
Cambron, that one says.
Well, people that have done art about something from this area, or written about things in this area, or artwork, I'm not quite sure.
Names of kind of artists or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that have done something about this area.
Yeah.
Whether it's art or written.
Anyway, there we go. That'll do it. We've got our breath back. That's encouraging in itself. We've only stood here for a minute and we're not breathing hard anymore. So we'll carry on. Okay.